we are in a toxic relationship. And I think that we need to explore our options and entertain having an open relationship. This land does not belong to us. I don't care what anyone says. Well, it belongs to everyone, right? But the laws of the land, I should say, do not belong to people of color. And we're about to find out that for real, for real. We have been hoodwinked and bamboozled, but we definitely are about to find out the truth. So for my budget restricted watchers, what I want you guys to do is to know that you can still scout, explore, investigate, entertain, start building your plan, even if your funds may be low right now and you can't buy an airline ticket and you just don't have the money to up and go. Start the plan, man. Start with the, I said it before, failing to plan is planning to fail. So, and even if the option is to stay, domestically, but someplace else, start planning, even if you can't go and scout right now. One of the most common comments that I receive, and even from people that I know personally, is like, I just can't go right now. Like, I just don't have the finances. There's some moves I have to make, or I have a child that's doing this, or a parent that needs that. And I get it. Like, everybody's not just able to pick up and leave and do things on their own time, because they have roles and responsibilities, which I so respect. But you can still plan. You can still find a way to start doing the research so that when you do have enough money, when you do figure out what you can do with your children and or aging parents, then you're 8 steps ahead. Next is just getting that plane ticket. Next is just, figuring out when and when you're going to leave. So it is possible to scout these locations remotely without physically traveling. And I'm going to give you some practical steps on how to do that. And you can then start, checking or marking places off the list that may not be a good fit, just based on the pre-research, that the research that you have done. So the first step is super, super, super simple. If you're looking to move abroad and you want to get accurate information, get a VPN. Make sure your computer has a VPN, which is, for those who don't know, it's a virtual private network, which allows you, one, to protect your safety when you travel, or when you're out using other people's Wi-Fi. It protects your safety and your information, and it encrypts and it encrypts certain information so that you're lessening your risk of being hacked. And it also allows you to place yourself in other countries and watch the news that they're seeing. We don't want to limit the information that we receive just to this country and what they allow us to see. So get yourself a VPN. The VPN that I use is NordVPN. I checked right now, they're having a 74% off Black Friday sale, and it's affordable. And so the link is in the description. Go ahead. You could go on that site to read more about exactly the benefits of a VPN, and also take advantage of this early 74% once a year type of sale. So get you a VPN so you will get the most accurate information when you're doing your research. Also, after you get the VPN, this is after you get the VPN. You could start now, but you'll probably only see things that make certain places look bad and other places look good. But get to know, as you're exploring your other options in this open relationship, you want to get to know the truth about these countries that you're interested in by visiting their local news channels and their local news websites. Now, some of the news, depending on the country, may be in a foreign language, but if you go on to like their news they have daily newspapers or weekly newspapers. You can use Google Translate to translate exactly what the news is saying. Some of the, depending on the country, some of the news may be also in English because they have a high English expat community, or it's a bilingual country. But go ahead and check the news sites on, check out the news sites that are local to the country of interest. Next up, what are we going to do? And we kind of talked about it yesterday. We're going to think about the type of budget we are looking at when we decide to start scouting and or moving abroad. And then we're going to research the countries that match that, right? The cost of living. So we're going to research cost of living. Yesterday's video, I'm not going to go through the details on the site that you can use. We went over real examples on the site that I shared yesterday. So I will link that video here, and you can, watch the whole video or fast forward to the part where we go over the examples of cost of living comparisons. And I can't remember exactly, but I know we used New York, and I want to say maybe Cancun and Atlanta and Merida as examples. So go ahead and check out that video again. And what was the name of the video? The name of the video was it was 8 safe and affordable places in Mexico that you can start, that will offer you a safe landing or a easy, safe transition. So you could check that video out. What's next? So next we want to join as many expat or local community forums. And if you're not on certain social media platforms, then that's fine. They have forums across the board. You could go on to Reddit. You can just Google and find out where these forums are. And this way, these communities will give you real information. You can ask questions in these communities as long as you have a profile, right? You can ask questions that relate to your lifestyle needs or your goals, and you'll get answers from real people who have experienced it. Again, social media is social media, so you just sometimes have to siphon through the noise, but again, you can still find the information that you need. Now, if you want to get started checking out 8 of the top countries that Black Americans are finding peace and joy and calling home, the link will be in the description if it's not there already. There is a From Here to There resource guide with over 100 clickable links to get your process started now. And these countries or cities include Costa Rica, Portugal, I want to say Kenya, Playa del Carmen, or Mexico. And there's 4 others. So you could go ahead and get that now. It's very inexpensive, under $13. That price will be changing the week of Black Friday. So go ahead and get your copy now while it is on sale. And then let's talk about the next step that you want to take as you explore your other options in this non-monogamous relationship that we are exploring, especially now. So next you want to watch watch key and highly viewed YouTube vlogs and or documentaries about said country. If most of us have some type of streaming, right? Rather it's Netflix, rather it is Prime or Apple TV, whatever the platform is, a lot of these platforms have documentaries that will not only give you what's going on now, but it will give you a history of the country to really get familiar with, what's happening in these beautiful places outside of our home.